Mickey Mouse. Everyone knows. Mickey Mouse is a cute little mouse in the face of the multi-billion-dollar Disney Corporation. But this fairy tale has a dirty underbelly that the corporation is trying to erase from history. In the late 90s, Disney spent over $30 million on an abandoned resort called Emerald Isle. Then, without any explanation, they shut it down in a single day and sealed every entrance. Officially, they blamed it on poor conditions and bad logistics. However, urban legends speak of a secret lower level beneath the main palace. One explorer snuck into the abandoned basements and stumbled upon a compressor room. There, rotting costumes of the main characters hung from rusty meat hooks. Among them, one stood out, a Mickey Mouse costume with fully inverted photonegative colors, white fur, black body, and completely hollow dark eye sockets. The explorer stepped closer and saw a thick yellow liquid dripping from the suit. And inside the neighboring Donald Duck mask lay a real human skull. When the guy tried to run, the photonegative Mickey slowly raised its head. The suit came to life and uttered just one sentence in a strained voice.
Hey, wanna watch my head fall off?
This wasn't just a costume, and there was no actor inside. It was an entity created by human negligence and forgotten in the dark. Winnie the Pooh. The 100-acre wood is rotting from the inside out, and the gentle teddy bear has morphed into a 2-meter biological abomination. It all began when Christopher Robin abandoned his forest friends, condemning them to a brutal, starving winter. Hunger forced the animals to do the unthinkable. They tore Eeyore to pieces and devoured his flesh alive. That day, Winnie and Piglet made a silent vow never to speak human words again and to become the pure embodiment of beasts. Now Pooh is no honey lover, but a massive giant in a pus-soaked jumpsuit. His fur has long ceased to be plush. It is matted hair, caked with fermented sugar and a dried crust of foreign blood. His wooden house has turned into a slaughterhouse where human organs hang from rusty hooks instead of honeypots. He drags stray tourists into the hollow of an ancient oak tree, which has been converted into a dark torture chamber. They retain their childhood memories, but now those memories only fuel their sadistic thirst for vengeance. Christopher Robin thought that years later, he would return to his kind childhood friends. Instead of nostalgia, however, he met a creature that strangled his girlfriend right before his eyes. Winnie no longer eats honey. He eats those who once loved him, Patrick. Everyone thought Patrick Star was just a dumb, friendly neighbor living under a round rock. But no one ever stopped to think about how real starfish actually feed in the wild. It all started when Mr. Krabs discovered a gruesome secret of biology and decided to build a business on it. Beneath the Krusty Krab, hidden for years, was a secret chamber where an ancient creature hung bound in chains. The tormented one died. It was a giant starfish from which Krabs sliced off pounds of living flesh. Every day for his secret burger recipe, the flesh regenerated endlessly, and Bikini Bottom spent years devouring the body of its own kin. When ordinary Patrick uncovered the truth, his mind shattered, awakening an ancient biological horror within him. He didn't come to SpongeBob for silly games. He came for retribution. Sandy tried to stop him and cut Patrick in half, but she made a fatal mistake. Every severed piece instantly regrew into a new, even more aggressive Patrick. From a single starfish rose an army of clones, drowning the entire city in bloody chaos. There was no more stupidity in their eyes, only cold, biological hunger and a thirst to avenge years of torture. Bambi. Everyone remembers Bambi as an innocent, adorable fawn from a gentle children's fairy tale. But when poachers brutally shot his mother right before his eyes, Bambi's childhood ended forever. Left alone in a forest poisoned by toxic waste, he didn't just grow up, he grotesquely mutated. Toxic chemicals and an unquenchable thirst for revenge transformed him into a 3-meter-tall monster with a mountain of bulging muscles. His once graceful antlers mutated into massive, razor-sharp bone spikes caked in dried blood. Bambi no longer runs from hunters. Now he is the hunter. He moves through the forest at terrifying speed, turning anyone who steps onto his territory into a bloody pulp. If you see two massive silhouettes with giant antlers in your headlights on a dark forest road at night, don't pray for a miracle. Bambi has already picked up speed, and you will not survive the crash. Peter Pan. Everyone remembers Peter Pan as a cheerful boy in a green tunic who taught children how to fly and whisked them away to the magical Neverland. But the true story of Neverland is not a fairy tale of eternal childhood. It is a well-oiled conveyor belt of slaughter. Peter Pan is not a child, but an ancient demonic parasite. He creeps into bedrooms through open windows, luring lonely children with sweet promises to never grow up, to answer to no parents, and to feast on sweets every single day.